Oops. I guess we started, Mike. Sorry, no opening. It didn't play.
Cue the music.
That's
hey,
weird.
everybody.
Sorry about that. Sorry, everybody.
No, they're not complaining. They didn't have to sit through credit scenes. They can just get right to this action right here. Look at that. Look and or hear this, people. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode of We Talk Too Much. Who are we? Well, I am Mike Boroff.
I'm Richard Catterjohn, who...
Rich, how's it going?
Just guess I can't get this to play. Sorry.
You had your chance. It's all about us now.
Yeah, it's us.
We had a little hiatus last weekend, once again, hey, we're two working guys. Life gets in the way, I had to work. Richard had stuff that he had to get done.
Yeah.
But we've got quite a bit to catch up on these last couple weeks.
Right.
I think one of the first things I really want to talk about is, let's go ahead and talk about the CW. We've had some hits, we've had some misses,
right,
which is par for the course for the CW here. Batwoman again is standing out. It's still one of the better shows that's on right now.
Yeah,
and a lot of really big news dropped this last week regarding Batwoman.
right.
A character that they finally dropped the hammer on, one of my favorite characters when the show first started.
Right.
And Lucas Fox was announced as one of the main characters. I was just like, the clock is ticking, man. I need me some Nightwing. It's gonna happen. And I think the one moment I think a lot of us knew it was gonna happen was the character Luke Fox is awesome. I love Luke Fox. I love how they portray him on Batwoman. I love the actor that portrays him. He does a fantastic job. He was kind of like the Batwoman's version of Felicity Snoke, where, nerdy, mousy, an ass kicker when the time comes to it, but very unassuming. They play that character down very much. But it was during Infinite Crisis. Remember when they go to visit Bruce Wayne? And buff as hell Luke Fox opens the door. And I think even I was just like, God damn, dude. Give us pudgy guys some representation. I'm sick of you ripped dudes. Like, come on, man. The guy behind the desk is supposed to have a little punch, not this. But when I saw that, I was just like, it's only a matter of time. That dude is built for a bat suit.
Yeah.
And they announced, and they even showed pictures of the suit that's going to be coming within the next few weeks.
Yeah, as I say, they've had a lot of fan stuff too lately too. Really talking about it and everything. Especially after you got shot 2 weeks ago.
Batwoman has been very good. It ranks up there with Supergirl when it's very topical, which I know upsets a lot of people.
Yeah,
but for a show like Batwoman, I think even Batwoman more than Supergirl, you got to be topical. It's Gotham, you know what I mean? It's
right.
Not, your shiny, happy neighborhood like Metropolis. This is Gotham, man. This is the ghetto. This is,
yeah. And kind of spoilers. I kind of was pretty wild that they disbanded the Crows.
That honestly, Richard, that one actually surprised me.
So what's going to happen? Is something else going to come in to fill that void from those guys that were like the rogue, officers? Are they going to create some being back from some supervillain maybe or something?
Possibly. We talked about it before, Richard. The CW has been good about drawing from the source material.
Right.
And one of the main stories right now in Batman, in the Batman books, and it was really touched in Future State, which we talked about before. Future State was hit or miss, but there was a militarized police force sanctioned by the mayor, who in the comic book, spoilers, wasn't on the up and up.
Right.
That they were what we've seen of the bad section of the Crows.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm wondering, it's just speculation. This is just me talking here. I'm wondering if, like you said, something's going to have to fill that void.
Right. And I figured that's what some kind of paramilitary version of the Crows or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not being led by Commander Kane. We're going to see, I guarantee if it happens, you're going to see somebody that's a little edgier, you know, taking the role. Possibly, we don't know.
Right. Yeah, this is just speculation. I just thought something has to happen story-wise to fill that void, because I just don't think it's going to hold up without that, because, you know, Gotham's cops were down or something in that reality or something.
Down and just like underfunded, and the people just got sick of, hey, man, every week it's another costume supervillain. We need something better, you know?
Right.
And I would imagine, I mean, even logically within the world of the CW's Gotham, granted they were crooked, but they were present. They were a predominant force in Gotham, and it's going to leave a vacuum. And I'm betting you're going to see a lot of the citizens of Gotham be like, "Hey, man, we kind of missed the guys with the big guns, you know." But no, the way they set it up, Luke wanting to take a more Richard, insert quarter. You're over there playing pinball. I can hear you.
No, that's my text. My cousin just texted me.
For the people listening, this is the moment Richard finally had enough of me talking too much. He's now playing video game.
I'm on my phone.
But I mean, the way they set it up was actually really smart. It wasn't just like Luke woke up one day and went, you know what, I want to be Batman. You know, it was a slow build. You know, he got tired of sitting on the sidelines, and this tragedy is, I think, what has really pushed him over the edge to want to take up a mantle of Batwing.
Right.
And I gotta admit, man, even in the comic books, I thought Nightwing or Batwing had a bomb ass costume. Dude, I love his costume. And what they showed, the teasers and everything, it looks phenomenal. It looks like a great suit.
Yeah, and we had some more teaser about Kate Kane too, you know, coming up. So
yeah.
So at least we can still will a day, you know.
Yeah. The last couple episodes were very Kate absent, which was fine, you know. But you know, it was almost like, oh crap, we almost forgot. We got to remind people we still are doing something with Kate, you know. The other great show, man. Again, I love me some Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I love me some Legends of Tomorrow. I love a show that can break the fourth wall and just look at itself and not take itself seriously. And these last couple episodes did not take themselves seriously. It was neat the way they did it, too, because not last week, but the week before's episode was this episode. We're doing this right here. John and are doing their own thing. Episode ends with them needing to find transportation to John's house, and then the next episode is during that same time, but what John and Astra. It was mostly an Astra story,
right?
What they were doing, and dude. They went full Disney, bro. I avoided spoilers on that show, so I didn't see the cartoon coming.
Sorry.
God, if there's any show aside from, you know, like maybe like Buffy and then, you know, Angel when they did the puppet, if there's any show that could go there and make it work, you know, it didn't. It really, I mean, you know, within the realm of fantasy of that show, it didn't seem so far-fetched.
Oh, I know, especially when they
was
first
cast
turned into those items, you know.
Yeah, oh, Jesus, the items, that was,
you know.
Dude, They have been so good. And what was brilliant about it is they didn't even have to make a Beauty and the Beast joke. That's why that show is brilliant. They didn't need to make the over the top reference. Oh no, the fact that the team got turned into items, like what was it, the wheel of cheese and the binder. The binder was beautiful because this is how little that show takes itself seriously. Because when Ava, as the binders, was shooting paper,
Oh
she
yeah.
literally made the pew 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 pew. Like even my closed caption said pew 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 pew. I was just like, I'm done with it. I can't. You can't top this. This is effing genius, man. I love that show.
And the cell phone, you know.
Oh my!
That's
Am I
perfect.
a flip phone? Oh. And then Spooner got turned into a fork, and they just suddenly, why didn't I have fork? I was like, God damn it. God, that was so good. And seeing Matt Ryan broaden his horizons. You know, we're so used, and I love him. I've met Matt Ryan. He is awesome. Which reminds me, Richard, it was one of my Facebook flashbacks. Everything from that Wizard World has been popping up this last
Oh,
week. Talk about a heartbreaker. But he is absolutely brilliant. But to see him go full off, man, when he was doing Crowley, when he was possessed by Crowley,
yeah.
oh, what do you think you're doing now? Just, God damn it, he's so good. Being able to pull off that goofy ass accent of Crowley's, oh, I did. I enjoyed that one so much. And then we're finally starting to see why Sarah was kidnapped.
Yeah.
I gotta know, I was a little disappointed, and I know I gave him a little bit of shit the other week, but man, where was Gary? Where was Gary?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What
That was
happened to him?
yeah, we got like a whole bunch of Avas, which I'm not complaining about, but what happened to my boy Gary? And I believe that was not last week, but the week before. I believe that was the last episode for Mick, wasn't it, Rich?
Yeah, I think so. He's out looking for Sarah. So.
Yeah, he took the Wave Rider with the monster woman with her holographic
Oh yeah.
projector. That was awesome too, man. Just the look on his face when she changed into a human woman.
Right.
Like I hate to go there, but the cartoon sound effect, boing, like Mick was like, and when she took his beer, oh, it's just like, oh, they're gonna get married. They're gonna get married and have ice alien babies. But speaking of goodbyes, this last episode of The Flash was the final episode for Cisco.
Again. Oh.
Again, yeah.
And he's
You
back.
know what I think really pisses me off about this, Richard, was he had such a great goodbye
Right.
before.
Right.
And Richard, I think I can sum up this last episode with, you remember, everybody knows the expression, be careful what you wish for.
Right.
Well, remember, I'm not taking blame, obviously, but I remember making the complaint, Richard. I'm like, God, I'm so tired of Sirius Barry. I miss season 1 and season 2 Barry, where he was goofy and had fun. Y'all went too far.
Definitely.
That was, don't get me wrong, it was refreshing to see Grant lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
But we didn't get a little bit. We got mucho overboard, when Cisco and Barry both got hit by Rainbow Raider 2.0 and were just like stoned out of their gourd happy. I was like, oh man. It What'd you think, Rich?
Yeah, I kind of just want this season over, you know. But it was, if he's gone, but he's still going to make a few more appearances next year. He already stated that he was going to be back, so hopefully it'll be part of that 5-episode crossover. Maybe they'll re-justify everything next year. I don't know.
Yeah. The only other thing that really bothered me, though, Richard, I mean, okay, wait a minute. Let me narrow that down. I got a list of things about that episode that bothered me. Dude, I get it. Cisco's leaving. He was part of Team Flash. He's moving on. Why is Barry acting like it's the end of the goddamn world? He's the fastest man alive. Hey, Cisco, want to go have lunch?
No, I know. That's what I don't understand, but
I'm right there. And if something goes wrong, I mean, we've seen Barry pick up. I mean, he's good at this now. He's not setting clothes on fire like he did with Felicity back in season. Well, this is Arrow season 1 or 2, but hey, we need you at Star Labs. Can I come and get you?
But I don't think that's how it's going to work. I think he's going to disappear.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand being upset the first time Cisco left because Cisco went on a walkabout. He was gone.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just going to Florida. Barry can literally get to Florida quicker than I can get to my refrigerator.
But they don't want that in the story. They don't want that in the story. They don't want him to be able to show up,
Right. But I mean, to downplay it would have belittled the moment of the actor leaving the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like with modern day technology, why couldn't he just Skype in like what we're doing tonight for, help?
Yeah. I mean, Richard, especially if this last year has taught us anything, Richard, distance doesn't make any bit of difference anymore. Dude, I haven't physically seen you in like a year, man. But you don't, but they had to give the actor a proper send off.
Right.
Which, I mean, okay, wait a minute. A proper send off. God damn it, that was so ridiculous. Dude, the last episode, and you make him oh God.
Let's just don't even go there.
I will say this though, I did really like and appreciate the last scene though. I mean, the karaoke was a little bit much, but to have Cisco, Caitlin, Barry, and Joe together, that was I will give him this. That was a nice moment.
Yeah.
Of them together. I was kind of surprised though. I mean, normally I complain about Iris not being around, but I mean, Iris not there did feel kind of weird. I mean, I love that Joe was there. Joe is still one of my favorite characters in the entire show.
Right.
I love that he was there, but like, this is Cisco and what's her name's last moment. Oh, Iris had a deadline for her web. Again, that's the thing with this season, Richard. They give us the good, but they give us double the bad. It just really didn't make sense to me that Iris wasn't there. But again, I did like that moment. I'm not the biggest karaoke fan, and me, Richard, I've always ripped on the fact that like does every CW show have to have somebody from Glee singing and dancing and reminding everybody that they were in Glee and can sing? My God, we didn't see Oliver prancing around. Blah, la, 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 la. No, he was,
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw we saw Cisco leave. Oh God, I didn't want to, dude. So wait a minute. So you're telling me that Killer Frost saw jail time, even though yes, she did some bad things, but legitimately saved the world / the universe / the multiverse. They still threw her ass in jail. Rainbow Raider robs a bunch of places.
Oh,
hijacks a blimp.
Yeah, I know.
A stealth blimp. and is going to incite chaos, but because Barry put in a kind word, not only did she not see any time, she's going to get a position in like city government.
Yeah.
Bro.
And where is that girl, the woman who came in that was from the governor's office that was taking on all the,
Yeah.
She's like gone now. They just kind of just gone.
Yeah.
She's over in Gotham probably, or Star City or something.
Yeah.
But we did have really 2 good episodes of Superman and Lois, though.
Here we go, Rich.
Let's just go for it.
I really wish I fully acknowledge that there are people that are listening to this show. I really wish that you could see my face light up at just the mere mention of Superman and Lois. I wish I would have remembered to get a hold of him, Richard, but I was actually had a conversation with our friend Adam.
Oh yeah.
Not this last episode, because we're 2 behind. The episode before, I believe it was entitled "Can You Hand Me a Wrench?"
Yes.
Side note, that's one of the things I really like about Superman and Lois is I like how it's so minute, but I like the way they work the titles.
No.
You know what I mean? Because you look at the title of the episode, "Can You Hand Me?" and I'm like, what the hell? Dude, I'm not even going to talk about Superman for a second. Let me just say that the entire episode revolving around Lois and Jonathan, I am not ashamed to admit that I got teary-eyed. That was not just good CW/superhero television. That was some damn fine TV in general. The interaction between Lois and Jonathan when they were sitting on that couch, and Lois is bawling her eyes out, explaining to Jonathan why it is that she is so protective of both of her boys, and also the reveal that she had a miscarriage and had named her what was it, Natalie, Richard?
Yeah, I think so.
Which not only was powerful because it tied into the John Henry Irons story, but having the miscarriage and explaining this to her son. Oh my God, man! I'm not lying, Richard. I was shocked. That was amazing writing. That was amazing writing. That was amazing delivery by her and Jonathan. I mean, his reaction as a teenage son listening to his mother pour her heart out. Dude, every time I'm getting there. Every time he started to lose it and threw his arms around her, I'm like Linda Richmond over here. I'm getting a little verklempt, And not only did we get to see great interaction between her telling him why she's as protective as she is, but as a mother explaining to Jonathan how much she relates to him being, how did she put it? In a family of superheroes, we have to be extraordinary humans.
Yeah.
And in that moment when he really respected and understood that she really does relate to him being quote unquote normal in a family of superheroes. Oh, bravo. God damn it. I don't know what awards there are for TV shows anymore. I don't give 2 shits except for the fact that episode, that scene deserved all the awards. That was, God damn it, that was amazing.
Yeah, I know. I liked how they were talking about how the words can cut deeper than any weapon or something, when we were talking, about that and what she did and stuff like that, But
Mhm.
he still did go in there and almost got killed. He was like within seconds.
Yeah, we're talking about when Jonathan goes back into the Deathmobile or John Henry Irons Winnebago. I mean, I understood his point. I understood that frustration. He felt completely helpless and he wanted to do something. Granted, he was a dude. I'm not even going to blame being a teenager on that one. You know why? My goofy ass would have went in that Winnebago too. I'm not even playing. I'm a 44-year-old man. I might don't go in there. Okay, walk right in. You know, and again, we have to comment. I got to comment on the special effects because you know the CW's hit or miss a lot of. Oh my! I'm not even going to go Flash. I'm not even going to go Flash. Dude, that blimp that they were in the Flash, that was some Star Trek original series. That wasn't a dude. It was a rectangular room with some. Oh God, that room that made me so mad. And the fact that this woman who had absolutely no idea, I'm assuming they didn't say that she had a pilot's license or any kind of aviation knowledge, successfully piloted this high-tech, $1 million cutting-edge stuff. Oh, I hated
bunch
it.
of buttons, you know.
Yeah, and dude, literally, it was a joystick. You know, I'm not saying I've flown. I've been to museums. I've driven tanks, Richard. I can say that. No. At least give me give me the old fashioned, two-handed controller. That's not how flaps work, man. Okay, I digress. The special effects on Lois and Superman and Lois. God, I'm gonna make that mistake. But when Clark comes flying in,
Yeah.
dude, that was outstanding. That was
Well, the budget is a little bit more on Superman and Lois, so
yeah. It's pretty bad, Rich, and granted, Superman has super speed. It's like they spent all their super speed special effects budget on Superman and just said, throw some lightning on it. Well, for Flash, that was amazing.
yeah, I just love where we're going. We only got like 5 episodes left this season before they're done. And
Yeah.
that ending was just something else.
Oh, great Scott.
Literally.
Yeah. The big reveal of the last few episodes is that the big one is that Captain Luthor was in fact John Henry Irons, who we all know as Steel from the Superman comic books, one of my favorite books, one of my favorite characters. We got to talk about really good character development, Richard. I mean, we really got to see why he has so much distrust for Superman. This wasn't just an egomaniacal, oh, he's super and going to make things. No, it was very personal.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're in a world where the doppelganger of the man that melted your wife on national television is a hero, you're not going to be, overtly trusting.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, this whole thing with the Kryptonians out of the kryptonite, I'm on the edge there.
I am. I see what you did there. You beat me to the edge, pun, you ass. Oh, I rubbed off on you too much, Richard. You're beating me to the puns. No, I will agree with you, Richard. I got to be open. I have to look at I look at everything, equally. I'm on the same battlefield with you on that one. I mean, the idea of K Kryptonite giving normal people powers, I was on board for that.
Right.
Edge building a weapon, building an army using these people, even if it was just like a mild form of brainwashing,
Yeah.
that would have been completely acceptable to me. Again, the thoughts and opinions expressed by Mike Boroff on We Talk Too Much are strictly Mike Boroff. But yeah, you're right though. The idea that they're implanting Kryptonian
Psyches. Yeah,
consciousness.
consciousness, psyches, or something. Yeah. The only thing I think, well, that oh, Lana's husband has got one in his head now.
Yeah.
So now this brings up this whole thing. What's going to happen to the humans after this whole storyline's over? Or will this just build up in the next 5 episodes where we won't know until like the next season? Are this going to go for 5 episodes, or what's going to happen?
I'm here's what I think, Richard. Here's my opinion. Again, we're going into the Marvel territory level of theories.
It's the devil. Oh no.
No. Here's honestly, Richard, here's what I would like to see. I want to see the slow build. I want to see the slow burn. What I would like to see, and I know if it was within 2 or 3 episodes, I could see it happening. I don't see it happening because, like you said, we still got 5 episodes. But here's what I would have liked to have seen. Season finale. Last episode, last few minutes. Morgan Edge, or quote-unquote Morgan Edge.
Yeah.
Lifts up into the sky in a Kryptonian army.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking too. It just seems like they're rushing so fast all of a sudden.
I agree. Yeah.
And like I said, I know for sure because I got the lineup on how many episodes are left, and they have 15 this season scheduled, or 15 scheduled this season.
Yeah.
And we're only, this week is episode 11. We just watched 10. This is 11 coming out. So
yeah.
It's like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see this whole Kryptonian war in this season and nothing build up for next year? Did they think they weren't going to have a next season when they wrote all this? I mean,
very possible.
It just feels like we're going to have this over within a couple episodes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Which would be good, which is okay with me. If we really get it over with and then they have a couple episodes and then we go to next season, that's fine. But it just feels not CW-ish or Arrowverse-ish,
Right.
It always feels like they go to that climax and then you're done for the season, then you go next year,
Right. It's kind of like one of the best season finales the CW ever did was, and forgive me, I'm human, I am not a Rolodex, but it was the season finale of Arrow where Ra's al Ghul stabs
You're right.
Ollie with the sword and throws him off the cliff. Season finale. Dude, I can't remember a season finale. I'm ignoring all of like Crisis and all that other BS. I'm talking like pure season finale where I was just like, holy.
Right.
Because we know he's going to make it. We know what's going as viewers, but we don't know how.
Right.
That's a season finale right there. And for me, the idea for Superman and Lois to have a season finale, dude, having a Kryptonian army that Morgan Edge is amassing arrive, that's season finale material all over the place.
Right, but unless they do something else for a few more episodes, then come back to that,
It's very possible, Richard. I mean, it's going to be an underlying of the story, but we got to remember what makes this show great isn't the fact that it is a Superman show.
Yeah.
It is a family. It is a show of the family. And it's very possible that we could still get at least a couple. I'm not calling them filler episodes. They're not filler. These are all good, but more Jonathan and Jordan centered stories.
Right. And, about what's going on with the dad, Lana's husband, being a Kryptonian now and stuff, because they already know some changes with him, even though he did help his daughter out with the talent competition and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you do have all that's going on. So yeah, that could be a couple issues right or issues episodes right there, you
Yeah.
know. And this is not necessarily a like next time they could fight real quick, then he could be driven off by you know Lois Lane's dad, or the army guys,
Right. Ooh, man, and speaking of General Lane, holy shit, man. Lois fulfilled every angsty teenager's wish fulfillment and just like flat out called her dad out. You are not welcome here anymore. Even I was like, God damn, man. Like, holy crap, Lois. I mean, because I hate to say it, Richard, but as much as I love Superman, he is my number one guy. I'm also practical. I'm not saying I fully agree with what they're doing, but at the same time, I'm like, I understand. I really do understand her point of view. Richard, this is Superman. He is the end all be all most powerful person on earth. Dude, people go nuts. Shit happens.
Well,
People
you saw
get
Superman
possessed.
3. Oh.
Yeah, people get possessed. There's magic. You're telling me that if I was living in that universe, yeah, I mean, I want it done responsibly by the right people, but dude, you got a guy who can literally move a planet. I would like to know you can take him down if something happens. I'm not even gonna lie, Look at The Boys.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is a world where nobody planned for Outland or Homelander to go nuts.
Right. Well, no one even. Yeah, that was one of those worlds where they were in control.
Yeah. So yeah,
or not necessarily them, but the handlers were all in control of what was going on, using them for their,
Right. But no, how it was one of those good intention. What is it? The best intention. The hell is hell. The road to hell is paved with the best of intentions. I see his point. It is a bummer that he happens to be his father-in-law, but yeah. I mean,
but he did hurt his grandkid, so
And that's where the line was crossed. And man, not only did I have so much more respect for Lois in that episode, dude. When Jonathan came out and called his own grandfather out, dude, I literally wanted to high five the TV. I'm like, dude, you're amazing. The boy knew his grandfather did wrong. He almost killed his brother. Like, Grandpa, get you need to get Grandpa. You're done. You're done, Pawpaw. Adios.
But at the same time, he was learning some lessons because he saved some of them guns from the Winnebago.
Oh yeah.
so
oh yes, he did.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, with that moment where what was it like the solar plasma gun or whatever that he shot. I think it was at that moment where he was kind of like, what, Grandpa might not have been so wrong. I can kind of, because you got to think about it too. I mean, from Sam Lane's point of view, again, the CW universe gets muddied, but if we are to believe that it is the same universe as Supergirl, we are led to believe that it is established fact that Superman is not the last Kryptonian.
Right.
So if the army knows that, hey, we've got Superman, we've got Supergirl, both Kryptonians, do we really want to take a chance that there aren't more of them flying around the entire universe / multiverse?
Yeah.
Make me a gun, bro.
Well, there was a whole planet of them out there, or an asteroid, Did that survive the crisis? We never even know that.
Yeah.
Because in a way, that might have survived, it might not have. I don't know. Was the antimatter wave was supposed to knock them out or something?
I'm almost certain it did, because that was the reason why Kara got so upset, was because they lost contact with Argo because it had been wiped out. but
Yeah.
Lois and Clark had escaped on the one ship and had beat it.
Right. But they only had one kid at that time.
True.
Not twins.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So is it the same universe?
No idea.
I really don't think it's the same universe myself.
You know what? I don't either, Rich. And I be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm fine with it not being in the Flash verse.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm more than fine with it not being in the Flash verse. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It just seems like it's on its own, just like Stargirl is on its own, you know.
yeah,
I think they have it more prepped for syndication because they own well, I shouldn't say that. Warner Brothers owns the whole syndication rights to Superman and Lois.
right.
So I think that's why they didn't want really any of those others set within that.
It would make more sense, Richard, because think about it. In the one episode in that same episode where the effects of the kryptonite gas was first starting to affect Clark, when they showed that, oh my God, speaking of special effects, when they showed him breaking up that bank robbery I can't remember if they specified where it was at.
It was in Mexico somewhere, yeah.
When they showed that, did you notice, Richard? I've only seen it like once or twice before. I rewound. That was one of the few times on that show I rewound it and I watched that entire scene a couple times. The way they handle Superman's powers on this show are brilliant. Because if you really pay attention, a lot of the times when he's knocking the bad guys down, he's not hitting them. I've seen the Flash do it. Actually, I forgot to mention to you. Side note, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I watched the latest Justice League animated film with the Flash.
Oh, okay.
Where he goes back to World War II.
Oh, with the Justice Society. I've seen it too.
Justice Society. We'll talk about that later, Richard. I will do a full review. Real quick, thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, I watched it, yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, because they showed that one scene with Barry when he flied up to that one Nazi.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hit him.
He just kind of
the momentum of the air.
Yeah.
Is what knocked him on his ass, the Nazi on his ass.
Right.
That's what Clark was doing. He wasn't like full on hitting him.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like if anyone doubts it, just wave your hand in front of your other hand. You feel that air. Imagine like that 400 times faster. Yeah. Yeah. But again, I take the good with the bad, Richard, though. I love that they showed him getting his ass handed to him. That was awesome.
Right.
And you know what I really... No, go ahead, Rick.
No. It was just because, when they showed him without his shirt and he was all bruised up and stuff. That was crazy. That was crazy.
What I really liked, Richard, was it was a small detail, but when the bank robbery was over and the police came in, the first police officer that came in the door was genuinely concerned for Superman. It wasn't like, hey, you broke up the robbery. Cool, thank you. He saw Superman laying. He was genuine. Like, are you all right?
Hey, Adam says hi.
Adam, hey man, how's it going? But it was a nice small touch that showed that he genuinely is loved and respected in the entire world. It was such a small, nice little touch to add. But when they showed that police officer extend genuine concern to Superman, like, are you all right?
Yeah.
He really cared. This is Superman. I love this man. I care about you. Are you okay?
He probably was so amazed that he saw him down.
Yeah.
This is Superman. Why is he on, why is he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like what you were saying, Richard, talk about another powerful scene, which here's where I give the good with the bad, though, Richard. I had no problem with showing Superman without his shirt, the bullet, the bruises. That was amazing. Why was he putting ice on him? He's still freaking Superman. What does average, out of the freezer, barely negative, like, was it? I know it was just for effect, but I'm like, come on, dude, you're still Superman. You got an ice pack on your come on, bruh.
Just have his kid sneeze on him. Oh,
That's true. Oh, again, you want to talk about an amazing way to handle special effects. Like when they showed Jordan sneezing in the ice, it wasn't just like a snowball in his hand,
yeah,
which is what the Flash would have done. But to show the actual, particulate or the air between his fingers
or the snot,
or the snot, yeah. There was your pro mask campaign right there, Richard. Was yeah. You want to see particulates? This dude's his are frozen, man.
But like we saying for the episodes and stuff, right there is a good situation. He bailed on what's her name.
Yeah.
So something's got to happen, and they didn't quite say that he was sick. I mean, he's been having all these problems. Is he going to have to tell her what's going on?
I'm calling it right here and right now. My bet. He has to.
It just is like you said, storyline has to progress that way,
because that's the only thing about this version of Superman that kind of tweaked me a little bit, was because I'm such an old school Superman, Superboy, Smallville. Lana knows. Lana has always known about Clark. Birthright, Man of Steel, every comic book iteration that ever showed Clark as a teenager.
Yeah.
Lana knew. She was the first person that Clark ever confided in. And I'm hoping that since we didn't get that with this universe's Lana, we're going to see her daughter be that for Jordan.
Yeah, I hope so,
It's going to have to be very well delicately done. I think a lot of it might have to do too with Richard, because we've seen her, especially with the character Tag, see superpowers develop in other people. So hopefully they can work that angle where he can tell her that he has superpowers, but it's still not directly tying into my dad being Superman.
Right.
Because that's something I don't even see Jordan betraying. But if it's one of those circumstances where he lets her make the connection, like, oh, you have superpowers because of this.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a way for him to confide in her, but also protect his dad's secret. I really hope we see that happen.
Sarah. Her name's Sarah.
Sarah, thank you.
I went blank. I couldn't remember Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah. I really do. For Jordan's sake, I really do hope he's able to do that for her. And that was another great, God damn it, man. God, Clark is such a good dad. We saw it in the previous episode when Jordan's powers were on the fritz on the football field, when he was getting ready to just light the sky up with his heat vision, and Clark was like, do it, let it out. And when he was blasting into his hand, and when they showed Clark, that hurt. I mean, this wasn't like, I'm Superman, nothing hurts me. No, this freaking hurt, dude. And he's coddling his son, and he's taking the pain. We got to see that moment again in the fortress. It wasn't so much that he was taking Jordan's physical pain, but he's like, this is going to hurt.
Yeah.
He knew, because he, evidently it had to have it happen to him, similarly before.
Yeah, he must have
son, this is going to hurt.
Poisoning, yeah.
This is going to hurt, but I mean, he was there.
And wouldn't it probably hurt him probably even more because he's not fully Kryptonian? I'm surprised how they played that,
I'm betting the Fortress made it. I mean, the Fortress is well aware of Jordan's physiology.
It probably made it so it would be just for him, but at the same time, it still probably hurt even more.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
the Fortress didn't crank the laser up to 11. Like it did for Clark. It it dialed it down to broiler setting. You know what I mean? But then again, the big reveal that Morgan, quote unquote, Morgan Edge isn't who we thought he was.
Right.
There is a lot of speculation about who that character, really. There was a character in the Superman books. I'm going to say his name wrong. It was H''EL. A play on, the House of L, but also being L.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a brother, and some stories that Lana or Laura and Jor-El didn't have, that Clark wasn't their first child.
Right. And then there was wasn't there an adopted brother or something too in the storyline?
Pretty much, yes. It was that they had taken in. Was not exactly sure, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That they, again, people don't look anything up to correct me. I could be wrong, but we have a lot of retcon Superman story history going on. I've seen we've read comic books from, where you saw the Krypton be like we saw in Superman, the movie, ice fortresses and everything.
Yeah.
We've had storylines like Birthright where it was more Earth-like, with green grass, you know what I mean? Green grass, yeah. And then look at the show Krypton.
Well, his adopted brother back in the old school days was Mon-El.
Yeah.
Remember, because they were like, they weren't from Krypton. He was from that other
Daxam.
Yeah. So, but they thought he was his brother for the longest time and stuff like that.
But we get our big Kryptonian bad. That was the major announcement in that last episode, those last few scenes, man, when he floated up and he had that Kryptonian logo on him, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And being black costume and everything,
Yeah, buddy. Suddenly John Henry Irons isn't looking so crazy after all. So yeah, these last two episodes of Superman and Lois, I really am loving the show more and more with every episode. It's like they just do little tweaks that make me appreciate the show, especially again, we talked about it 100 times, Richard. It would have been really easy just to make a big Superman show. Hey, I got kids over here. No, man, they're fully developing every character brilliantly, top notch. Even Lana, her husband, Sarah,
Oh, and even the poor editor of the Smallville Press.
Oh, I adore that poor one. Yes. Yes, I adore her.
Yeah. I just think that's a cool character. I don't know why, but I've always thought her part was,
No, yeah. And you gotta make. She's proven herself time and time again. She's got Lois's balls. She just stuck in Smallville. She's the one that discovered Morgan Edge was experimenting on people and giving them Kryptonian power.
Yeah.
She's the one that took the chance. Like, she knew bringing Lois into her newspaper was going to be hell on earth, man. But she was come to my newspaper. I have cookies. I love you. I have cookies. Come work for me.
I wonder if she has an investment in the paper. Oh, but
yeah,
no, like I said, that's just, hopefully these next 5 episodes, we get a lot of good stories. We get, it just doesn't teeter out. It's just so weird that we're this far along and it's already that high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I was bringing that up. It just seems like we're at that point where we should be like on episode like 13, 14 right now.
Right. Well, I mean, the CW has had a history of it before, even like the first few seasons of Flash, which were still really good. they were no stranger to introducing the big bad early on.
That's true. Yeah.
And still being able to draw out the finale. And I'm saying the first few seasons.
Yeah.
Not you, Tinkerer, your big goofy chair. But so yeah, the CW, they're no stranger to this. They're no stranger to not waiting until the last 2 episodes to bring out the big bad.
Well, yeah, you could look at Stargirl for that too. We knew everybody right from the beginning. We went the whole season knowing what was going on. Then we had the ups and downs and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
And hopefully the new season in August will be really great because we get Eclipso. So.
Oh, that's another episode, Richard.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. I can't wait till. I mean, I don't want August to get here that fast, but at the same time,
I will say this though. I'm already planning on it. Even though I can watch the episodes for free on the CW, Superman and Lois, I can guarantee you that when it drops on Blu-ray, this season drops on Blu-ray, if there's 1 minute of special features, 1 minute minute of special features, I am going to be right there to buy it day one because I've
been wanting to rewatch a couple of those episodes on the CW app because supposedly they're supposed to be extended compared to what I've been watching on the CW network.
Right. And I'm wondering because I watch it on the app, so I watch the extended. So I can't comment on what it is you have or haven't seen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to go. Now, but I just haven't had the time because it's been so busy. I just don't have the time to rewatch Superman twice, And I did do it for the very first one that had the extended scene, and I really didn't tell the difference.
No, I can't either. I don't think it's. I think it's less of a special features, deleted scenes. It's more of a we had to cut it for commercial.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. Yeah.
It's not being hyped up that we're missing something like super spectacular, but it's just a way for the app to say, hey, we have the opportunity to put these extra minute and a half.
Yeah, we can add what we didn't show you. It makes it supposedly more special watching on the CW app.
Right?
Just like watching stuff on the Disney Plus.
Perfect segue, my friend. What a mischievous way to segue into our. Well, wait a minute. Before we get into we got to give some credit first. We are definitely going to dive into the Disney Plus network, but before we go overboard. Before we run out of time, wink, we got a new episode of The Bad Batch too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Again, I'm really enjoying The Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I have no complaints for The Bad Batch. The only thing is though, Richard, I'll ask you your opinion of it. I haven't had an episode of The Bad Batch that really made me excited.
Well, I did kind of like the one with the 2 sisters out of the Clone Wars.
That was cool.
Yeah, and they were going for that other part, and then we realized that maybe they might be working for the Rebels.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Just tying into with that. So hopefully, eventually, we may see where they have to come back through or something.
Right. But that's my only complaint with The Bad Batch, and it's not even a complaint. Is I enjoy the show. I look forward to the show, but as of yet. Unlike, like Superman and Lois, I haven't finished watching an episode and went, oh my God, that was amazing. Oh, did you see? I watch it. I enjoy it. I move on. It's enjoyable. But for me, and again, the thoughts and opinions expressed by Mike Boroff are not those of Underground Video Networks. We talk too much. Personally, I haven't had that oh wow moment for Bad Batch yet.
I had that on the very first episode though, when we got to see what's his name escaping.
Oh, Kanan or
Kanan, yeah.
Kanan, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And that was brought back up again when they were talking to Rex on this last episode.
This last episode was about as close as I've had to an oh holy crap moment was when Rex showed up.
Right. I think that's pretty cool that they're going to tie him in with them, somehow,
yes.
Because I hope they use this team for something. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't understand what they was going to do besides make them the A team. You know, I mean, we were joking with that,
Yeah.
but it just seemed you got to use them for more than that. Are they going to help with the rebels? Are they going to be this mercenary team? Are they going to become mercenaries? Especially after they fought what's her name? Are they going to be mercenaries? Are they going to work for what's the one they're working for now?
Oh, the lizard lady in the bar.
Yeah. You know, and she's paying all their bills, so she has to use them to pay back, you know. So
Richard, she's Charlie, and the Bad Batch are her angels.
There you go.
Hello, Bad Batch. Hi, Charlie.
Where's Bosley?
Oh my God. No, I want the hammerhead guy to be the hammerhead guy with that brilliant apparatus. Dude, I will give the artists and the creators a lot of credit for that stroke of freaking genius right there. Was giving us the hammerhead alien species and having that like retainer type apparatus by his side mouth, you know, as a translator. I was like, God damn it. Well done. Well done, Dave Fillion.
I just wonder if we're gonna be able to see like Darth Vader coming up or something.
Something a big. I mean, we had Admiral Tarkin,
right?
So, you know, hopefully that's not the only. I mean, even in Rebels, we got R2 and 3PO.
Yeah,
and Leia.
Yeah, well, you know, Leia's still pretty young right now. You know,
right.
But I just think hopefully we'll see that they do become part of the rebels. I really want to see that. I don't want them to become mercenaries myself.
Right.
But it's teetering there, so you don't know for sure what's going to happen. You know. Yeah.
It like you said, Richard, it really could go either way. I mean, talking to the two sisters, when Hunter was talking to the one sister about, you know, when she was telling him that, you know, we're being a part of something bigger. Yeah. You could see the wheels turning in his head a little bit, like maybe we are, you know, meant to be doing bigger things. But then at the same time, you know, they got to pay the bills. Which I love that they constantly bring that up. I'm paying for when the woman hands him like the 3 coins. He's like, wait a minute, you said it was going to pay 3 times it. Like, no, it's going to pay me 3 times this. You got docking fees, fuel. The snacks that oh, that was so damn adorable. You know, it's like I'm funding you jerks. Here's some spending money. Go buy yourself some shoes or something, you know. But yeah, Bad Batch, enjoying them a lot. But like I said, I just really haven't had that oh my God moment from Bad Batch yet.
Yeah.
But you know what has given me an oh my God moment, Richard? We hit the hour mark, Richard. We can go ahead and unleash now. To quote Captain America from Endgame, I have eyes on Loki. Sorry, dude. I've been waiting all week for. I've seen that meme 100 times, and I'm like, I'm pulling it out. Yeah. This Wednesday, which took some getting used to, a show, you know, dropping on a Wednesday, you know, from Disney, but we got Loki, man. Wow. Holy shit snacks. I'm just gonna go there. Wow. That first episode it lived up to the hype. It really did.
Yeah, we gotta see a lot of what's going on in I think behind the scenes of the MCU. I think this is setting up that behind the scenes level, you know, that we really need to know.
In the idea, well, to everyone watching and or listening, the episode picks up right at that moment from Endgame where Loki gets the Tesseract and poofs away. It was even two nice little touches they added, Richard, was just to kind of put their own unique spin on it. And I watched, it wasn't in the original, but when they showed the not flashback, but for us it was a flashback of the Avengers in the elevator when the Hulk was trying to get in, seeing Loki wave to him like a condescending little asshole, like they threw that in. But
that's just like the car commercial. There's extended scenes in the car commercial with Loki.
Oh yeah,
where he teleports first and he falls in with those old couple that's getting in the car. Then he gets in the car. So that was new stuff too.
Yeah.
That's not in the TV series. It's in the car commercial.
One of the first things that I really appreciated about Loki, the show Loki, was when he crash lands in the Gobi Desert. His first reaction, he takes the thing off, he grabs a Tesseract. Granted, there was only 4 people around him, but Loki had to be Loki. And that was the other thing for everybody to keep in mind, too, because we've seen such great character development in Loki from Ragnarok, The Dark World, and that's not the Loki we have right now. We have Battle of New York, still kind of an asshole Loki.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when he arrives in the desert, God bless Marvel for addressing something that they hardly ever address. But when Loki stands up in front of these 4 people and he goes full Loki, I am burdened with glorious purpose, and I am literally, and they start speaking Mongolian, and they like the subtitles like, who are you? And he realizes they don't understand him, because guess what? Even in the Marvel universe, not everybody speaks English. And it really felt like this was the first time Loki had been put into that situation. Because he was like, what? Loki trying to be Loki, and that language barrier, even he couldn't tackle that language barrier.
Yeah, which is weird, because you would think he would just understand being Asgardian.
Yeah, you think.
Yeah, because I would think that Asgardians could just understand. He would have enough powers to understand, but that's me. But it was kind of fun that he didn't understand. So
yeah, but
and so now that's not the same Loki, right?
No, that is now, according to this show, a variant.
Right.
So the way. Oh man, let's just start from the beginning.
Okay.
So Loki's there in the desert. The Minutemen show up, subsequently put a smackdown on him like it was nothing. And dude, that was so baller when that agent cold cocked him. Because it was clever the way they did it, Richard, because at first, when they showed for the people listening, be grateful you're not seeing what people they show the jaw. I thought, Richard, that it was just for TV special effect.
Right.
Until the Minuteman woman walked in there, and she's like, "You're feeling that." She goes, "You're experiencing that at 1/16 of normal time, but 100% of the pain." Like, oh no, that's not an after effect for the TV show us watching. He's really moving that slow.
Yeah.
And then, man, the way they just put the smackdown on him and put him in incarceration like it was absolutely goddamn nothing. Loki, god of mischief. Everything, man, I really liked everything about the what was it, the TVA, Richard, the Time Variant Associate, or the
TAV, yeah. Right, yeah.
I'm gonna go there, man. The set design and everything, man, fashioning it around like what looked to be like an old 50s, maybe 60s style office building.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of like Brazil, a lot of Terry Gilliam stuff,
Oh my God, you're going full Terry Gilliam. Yes.
Well, it's what it looks like to me. It looks like that very British Australian,
Yes. Not people weren't running around with tablets and touch screens and by our definition, high technology. You know, like dudes are walking around with they're sitting at desks with typewriters and.
Oh, it's TVA. I said it backwards. It's TVA.
TVA.
Time variant. Yeah. What was that? Yeah. Never mind. I'm sorry. Authority. Time variant authority.
Yes, time variant authority.
Sorry, folks. Just dyslexia set in.
I thought the writing was brilliant because this was hilarious and it wasn't slapstick comedy. There was a little slapstick. The scene where Loki like, don't touch that, that's fine, that's Asgardian leather. Zap. They went full Doctor Who on that one, and I'm looking at you, Captain Jack Harkness. They just zapped his clothes off and then drops down to the next room, and I adored the scene with the little pencil pusher. Sign here to affirm that this is everything you've ever said in your entire life. What? Even that, Richard, the fact that it was like a dot matrix printer. When Loki goes, what? Slides the paper with even had the holes on the side and the margin, Richard, for the dot matrix printer to be fed.
Well, that's total Terry Gilliam right there. You
know what, Richard, you are absolutely right.
And even that little playback thing, that was a reel-to-reel, some kind of 1-inch playback deck. The
waiting room.
Oh.
That waiting room, you're absolutely right, Richard. That waiting room was straight out of a Terry Gilliam movie because it just had that bureaucratic, ridiculous feel about it.
Right. Especially when they had all them papers for him to sign,
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Yeah.
Of course, that just is the DMV, but,
Yeah. I like that they threw that other little guy in there. I don't need no ticket. What is this, a deli? And in like a minute, God damn it. That take was comedic genius. I love comedy. Comedy has its best moments in subtlety, but it's when the guy refuses to take the ticket. He goes to the front of the line, and the guy's like, "Oh, I tried to get a ticket, but he wouldn't let me." The second that dude gets vaporized, what's Loki do? His hand is up with that ticket. That was brilliant. That wasn't funny for Marvel. That was A-level comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't show his face. It was subtle. It was from a distance. It was like a wide shot from the back. Cut to Loki. Oh, that moment was just brilliant.
Yeah, I just love that whole sequence. Where they're at. Not part of anything. Something like that. And then when they took the Tesseract from him,
yoink, just grabbed it.
Yeah, it was just like nothing. And that guy had that whole drawer full of infinity gems.
Which I'd like to point out real quick. It's right here. I could look it up. But the actor that played Casey, the office attendant or whatever, he looked so familiar to me, Richard. I'm looking at him. I'm staring at him. I'm like, I know you. I know you. But I had to look it up. He was in Kong Skull Island with Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, really?
He was in that movie, Richard. Look it up. Because if you look up the actor on IMDb, the first three pictures or the first three things that I recognized him from, one was Loki. The second was a picture of him and Tom together in Kong. Right. And the third one was he was in Tacoma FD with the guys from Super Troopers. That's Tacoma FD is the comedy by the guys from Super Troopers, Steve Lemmy and Farva, which if you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max. Man, you need to go watch that. That is one of the funniest shows ever. But he is one of the main characters on that show. He is one of the firefighters on that show. And as soon as it hit me, I'm like, oh my God, it's him. And to see the two of them together after remembering that they had been together in Kong Skull Island, I was just like, man, that is such a nice touch. But you're right, when they opened up that drawer. Now, it makes you wonder, Richard. A lot of people were complaining online about, oh, they just made the Infinity Stones worthless. No, 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 no. Did you notice, Richard, that not only did they have Infinity Stones, there was a lot. He even said that the guys keep them as paperweights.
Right.
For those of you who really weren't paying attention to what that actually meant is to them, the multiverse is their realm.
Right.
Because it wasn't just a set of Infinity Stones. It was a desk load of them.
Yeah.
So they're getting them from all over.
Yeah. I mean, how many times does people come through, you know?
Yeah. They're not dealing with a solid timeline. I mean, they're keeping the solid timeline in effect, but with all the variants.
Yeah.
That is, if you really paid attention to that scene and saw what it really meant, the idea of, the multiverse in that one scene was blown out of the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that whole anime cartoon dance sequence with the timekeeper thing.
Oh my God. Voiced by one of my favorite voiceover talent actors, Tara Strong. God, again, it was one of those moments where I'm like, I know that voice, but it's slightly, she's doing a voice, so I'm not picking up. And I looked it up. I went, yep, God damn it, that's Tara Strong. That's fucking Tommy Pickles.
Yep.
But I love the idea that of seeing the realization of Loki that, for Loki, he is a god. Exactly. Like when he was on trial, Rich, and she's like, how do you plead? He's like, gods do not plead. Dude, you're a god? They're up here, dude. They're up here, and it took him a while to realize that.
Yeah.
But, you're not.
Well, it really hit really hard when he watched the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
But
real quick, even before that, Richard, what was a nice tie was when he was on trial, when he tried to blame the Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, no, what the Avengers did was supposed to happen.
Right.
So it was a nice scene because it wasn't that it really opened up the scope of their breath because, yeah, there was time travel and some tomfoolery going around, but within the grand scheme of things, that was what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, at least for the universe that they're trying to write.
Right. Because in their eyes, they see past, present, and future. They probably know that, yes, they went back in time and did all this, jiggery pokery. But thanks to Steve, they put everything right in the timeline.
We hope it's right.
Right.
It's what they let happen, put it that way.
Yes. They're not there I think what it boils down to is they're not there to judge what happens. They're just there to make sure that time flows right. Like Thanos blowing up worlds, not their jurisdiction. They're just making sure that time A goes to time B as it's supposed to. What happens isn't their concern.
And they even let the alternative Thanos time travel to the future, so they let that happen because that had to happen to be able to make all the other stuff happen, so they let that happen, instead of stopping it. So it must have been a variance that was in their book supposed to happen. But who's writing their book?
Exactly. Who are these timekeepers? It's what, I mean, we've seen that the TVA is not even just a TVA, Richard, because one of the lines that I always get them mixed up. Owen Wilson's character leaked out was when he made a joke about nightmares. You know, it's like, oh, that's not our department.
Yeah.
That what we saw, you know, when Loki was looking out onto that, you know, the TVA, that
Right.
might not have just been the TVA. This might be the end all beat all cosmic force, you know, driving the MCU.
Yeah. Is it like Balance, or is it somebody like that's running everything, or even like the Beyonder or something,
Yeah, they're the
But
I'm going to say the word, Richard. They're the bureaucracy behind the gods,
yeah, yeah,
or
something like
you know
that.
what I mean, behind the
Yeah.
cosmic, you know.
Yeah. He's Mobius.
Mobius, thank you.
Yeah.
Which, if I had to admit, I had to look it up. I don't know the history all that well, but I did like learning that pretty much everything we're seeing from Mobius to the TVA to the Minutemen are established Marvel canon characters.
Right. Yeah.
This
Well,
isn't something.
even the judge, she's
Even the judge, yes.
yeah,
This isn't something that was just completely 100% made up for Loki. They really drew upon Marvel history and fleshed it out.
yeah. So I'm wondering, because a lot of that had to do with Thor there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope this all works in that direction.
Yeah. I loved seeing Loki having to learn humility. Like you said, one of the very powerful moments in that episode was when he had escaped and he went back and he started watching his future history.
Yeah.
You know, the death of his mother, his relationship with Thor. You know, they showed scenes from Ragnarok with the two of them together. Uh, he saw his death at the hands of Thanos,
Yeah.
and very well done by Tom Hiddleston's acting. That was a very powerful scene. You know, even amongst a goofy, silly little Marvel show, he brought that scene home. He really did bring that scene home.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like everything made sense, kind of.
Yeah.
That yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird because now, will he think he has to live all that, or since he's a deviant, it,
Variant.
variant? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I still don't understand, Richard. I wonder if you have any insight or if you know. They keep referring to them as variants, and they keep saying that they're going to reset him. Like the 1 Minute Man or the woman, she's like gung ho to reset him. What exactly is resetting? They haven't really specified that yet. Like when he gets reset, does that mean that he goes back to the moment?
Yeah, to the moment where he deviated off course.
But the problem with that, though, Richard, is he really can't go back to that moment because of his deviation, him taking the Tesseract and going and escaping. That's what caused Steve and Tony to go further back in time to get the Tesseract from that point. So if he goes back to that moment, then everything after that wouldn't have needed to happen because the Tesseract would have been there, Loki would have been there.
But Loki still has to go back because he appears later on.
Right.
So somewhere along the line, he does have to go back. Unless that's a whole nother universe where they were at, and that was another whole deviant universe. So there's like two, yeah. So, but I think some of the deviations do survive because how did Doctor Strange see all the different outcomes?
Right.
And know there was only one that he had to go with.
Yep. Again, Richard, this is what makes Marvel shows so good. We saw it a great deal in Wanda, where probably more so WandaVision than Falcon and Winter Soldier, because Falcon and Winter Soldier really wasn't like cliffhangery. What's that mean? What's that secret meaning? we definitely saw that in WandaVision, where it's got us talking like, what about this? How are they going to explain that? It it's a good show in that it's getting people talking and asking questions and coming up with theories and
Yeah. Yeah, well, like the judge, the her character in the comic books was actually in love with Kang.
Yep, I
So
did learn that.
so how does that going to affect things? Is this character going to be in Ant-Man coming up?
Because one of the things that somebody again, this is where the internet does come in handy sometimes, is uh they showed one of the animated, when they show the animated timekeepers, they showed a picture of the one in the middle kind of side by side by a comic book version of Kang, and there is a little bit of similarity in the appearance of them two.
But there's also another character that's Kang that was in the comic books that I remember fighting the Avengers and stuff, where the judge was part of back then, was Immortus.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole nother version of Kang. So they could run with that and be like a what do you call it, bait and switch,
Marvel is
then
really good with
Kang
bait
can
and
come
switch.
back later, or maybe it's just the devil. He's coming back since he didn't make it to Wanda.
This is my second chance.
Well, he was in the stained glass, and the little kid said that's who came.
Yeah. That one threw me right off the bat too, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Richard, especially from WandaVision, still going through a draw from that was, but then I also thought too, remember Loki, he had horn, his helmet with the horns.
Oh yeah.
That might have just been her way, of like all she really saw of this guy was the horns, and she sees a stained glass as the devil with horns. And
yeah, a lot of people thinks it's another version of Loki that's the villain.
well, didn't they just kind of say it too, where
yeah, because as I think we're even going to see the female version of Loki coming up too in this, aren't we?
oh, I hope so. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I think it's just Loki going to fight himself. I think that's why Mobius wants him so bad, because he thinks they're going after Loki from another, So if he has Loki fighting Loki, that'll be a perfect episode 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than Vision fighting Vision,
Oh God, it's got to be better. But we got to give credit where credit is due, though, man. Owen Wilson's portrayal of Mobius, he did fantastic. I really liked that character. It was one of those things where you could tell that the director was like, Owen Wilson was kind of like, all right, what's my direction? And the director was kind of like, be yourself. You know what I mean? It was one of those Vince Vaughn type situations where we don't need you to stray too far from who you are. Just kind of be yourself.
Yeah.
So you're Loki. Wow. So many people were disappointed in that, Richard, that we didn't get the wow.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with the guys at the comic book store today. I go, we're going to get it. It's just the timing's got to be right. They couldn't just blow the wad of the wow on the first episode. It's like, you're Loki. Wow. Wait a minute. So you're Loki. Wow. What? Don't get too excited. It's going to happen.
I just found Gary. I went to the Twilight Stars meeting today, and they posted a picture of me.
Did what?
They posted a picture of me.
Oh my God!
I'm sitting there on my phone. I looked up, and Gary's taking a picture.
Oh man,
we're getting ready. We're getting a book ready for Gem City. So
fantastic.
Hopefully Gary wants to be on the show to talk about it. So once we get a little closer, we'll get Gary on the show.
Yep, more than happy to have Gary.
Sorry, I was sidetracked. I wondered what beep. Oh, I'm in something.
But no, Owen Wilson's portrayal, he did a fantastic job. He was charming, but he still had that little bit of like, slightly mysterious. Like he knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I think
especially when they're talking about, it's like, oh, you want to burn the place down? Oh, start with my office. He had that perfect middleman kind of mentality. Like the
right.
middleman of the extraordinary.
And there's a few other ones that's in the Office sequence that's going to be in all 6 episodes. So it's more than just in the Office. There must be more things that's going to happen. So,
and dude, people are already picking that show apart. One of the things that people have been picking apart, and I got to admit, I was a little skeptical at first, but after rewatching it and like getting like right up to the TV, when Loki first escapes with the little time dial, when he's in that hallway, in the very back corner, we see one of the time doors open up,
right.
and a woman is being escorted. People are speculating already that that's Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Because of the and when I saw a better resolution picture of it,
Yeah.
that might not have been Haley Atwell, but
it was somebody.
That was Peggy. It was a. You know what I mean? Like they didn't get a Haley. It was, if it was Peggy Carter, it was Peggy Carter, but they just didn't bring in Haley Atwell to spend they got a stand-in for her, but it was that very well could have been Peggy Carter.
So are they wiping out all the TV shows with Loki?
I don't know.
Hopefully, at least the Inhumans. Sorry.
Well, the one thing about the show that did kind of piss me off a little bit is they gave Coulson some screen time.
Yeah.
But you would have thought, Richard, because they showed in the flashback machine, they showed Loki killing Coulson.
Right.
But you think, just because, remember Owen's point was that, for someone who's destined to rule, you sure do lose a lot.
Yeah.
You're telling me that would have been just another little jab? Was it, yeah, you killed him, but you kind of didn't too,
Yeah, but I still think they fixed everything.
I could see that happening, Richard, because that would have been a beautiful. They had a beautiful opening.
Yeah.
To show Coulson with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, you tried to do this, you failed. You tried to do this, you failed. You killed Coulson and you failed twice because his death is what caused the Avengers to assemble. And he didn't quite stay dead. He still,
But I just think they're trying to wipe out all the failed properties,
Yeah.
It's retconning everything. Yeah, that's it.
Very possible.
And then hopefully this, I want to think even bigger, but then we lead right into Spider-Man coming up. So, we're going to have multiverse stuff there. Then we go to Doctor Strange. So you never know what we'll see,
And you know me, Richard. I am a huge fan of time travel, Doctor Who, quantum. I love me some time travel shows. I really liked the way that they approached it too, where, like when they showed on the graph, like this is the timeline how it's supposed to be. Down here is where it's supposed to be. Up here is like the highest level of divergence. And like when they showed Loki, it was very like official the way they said it too. His graph is rising steadily at a constant pace.
Right.
Like they're keeping track of that. Like I could almost imagine like everything that happened in Endgame. Like, all right, we got a divergent. It's fixing itself.
Yeah.
They fixed it. Because they don't just see the present.
Right.
They knew beforehand that everything was going to be quote unquote set right in quote. Correct.
Yeah.
In quotes. But I really like that idea of the not the bureaucracy, but I like the way that they're handling the time travel. Like there's a little bit of play. Like Marty can go back in time.
Yeah.
But he bumped into his dad. That's causing the divert.
Yeah. And then his mom fell on him.
Yeah. But then again, as Scott Lang learned, Back to the Future is bullshit. But I think one of the, because we've seen a little bit, we've seen a teaser of it in the teaser trailers, Richard. It didn't play as big of a role. That was kind of their little red herring too, because the whole show was advertised as being time travel. I'm talking about the scene that they showed in the teasers of Loki being DB Cooper.
Oh,
Brilliantly done. Had absolutely jack squat to do with time travel. It was just a flashback, and I like the whole thing was that he lost a bet with Thor. And I just got to say, too, Rick, I thought that having Tom Hiddleston as DB Cooper, dude, it wasn't just like them throwing Loki into that role. Like, Tom Hiddleston pulled it off. Right now, Richard, I want to see a film. I want to see a documentary on DB Cooper starring Tom Hiddleston. Not Loki, Tom Hiddleston. He fit the role. Loki fit the role of DB Cooper perfectly. Like he looked, from sketches. I watched a lot of the Unsolved Mysteries and Drunk History. I learned more about DB Cooper from Drunk History than I ever did in history class. But his portrayal of DB Cooper, man, that was spot on. And I like he jumps from the plane and he's like, brother Hemdale, you better open that gate, And that whole thing he did just as a bet, as he lost a bet and he had to do the thing, And I love when they showed Mobius's reaction to it. Wow, there was your wow moment. You were DB Cooper. Wow. I can't believe, It was kind of neat because I think he came out and said it, but it was also the way he showed it too, that Mobius is actually kind of a fan of Loki. And I think what bothers him is that he's getting the 2018, he's getting the City of New York Loki, and not the later redemption arc. I'm a fan of you later Loki.
Yeah.
Because
that was 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2012. But no, he was genuinely a legit fan of,
Yeah. It's just kind of neat. The story's just building. That's what I loved about this first episode. It didn't really. You didn't have to even technically see the other stuff, but it was really good that you did see the Avengers, you did see the Thors and stuff like that. But you could actually went in this almost cold and understood what was going on.
Oh yeah, and I like the way that they're pretty much time police, and I liked that they kept for being time travelers and supposedly knowing everything. The fact that they're the ones that keep getting ambushed. The thing in the church, we got ambushed. Which was a nice little scene, too, where Owen Wilson tells the little girl that, don't mind him, I'm an imbecile, or he's an imbecile. He's like, I speak all the languages, jackass, Small little details like that. I mean, that little take back could have been completely left out and changed absolutely nothing, but they left it in because it was charming. You know what I mean? It had a little bit of charm to it. But when the time police go to, what was it, Oklahoma before the Great Fire, somebody's just trying to be rich. They had no idea the shitstorm that they were walking into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't want to speculate too much and stuff, but I just think this is going to be one of those better. I think this is probably almost just as good, if not better, than the last two. So
Yeah.
That's after only seeing one episode. I just think they put a lot into this, and I think they're using this series for the jump offing to the the other multiverse stuff coming up.
Right. If you think about it, Richard, Loki had to come after those two because hear me out. Here's the thing, Richard. WandaVision was fantastic. but it was very self-contained. It was still within a time. I mean, we had stuff, but it was a very self-contained story. But there were so many what ifs. That was my pun intended. What ifs and what could be's going on within that show that had everybody going on. Winter Soldier was more of a linear story. We are getting from point A to point B. There's no real what ifs, no big mysteries, but it was done on a very broad, grand, globe-trotting scale.
Right.
Then it had a lot of action scenes, fights on the back of semi-trucks, being in Germany, being in, in New Orleans, all
it was really grounded in a reality world.
Exactly. And I think Loki is going to be almost like an amalgamation of those two. You're going to have the fantastic what if scenarios of, what's going to happen. How is this? Nothing in Winter Soldier really, really, really affected Phase 5.
Yeah, I mean 4. You mean this is 4
or Phase 4? Yeah.
Well, we got to see the new Cap. That was That was the major. That was the major. Yeah, that was about him becoming Captain America.
Right. And I think Loki is going to be an amalgamation of two, where it's going to have the fantasy, what if, mystery is the word I'm looking for. Of WandaVision, but it's going to have the grand scale, scenery-wise, setting-wise, of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Okay, it's not going to just be Loki in the TVA.
Right.
We're going to see, you know what I mean, Richard?
Different locations, different.
Yes.
Because they're already going to start having different time periods and stuff like that.
Yep. So that's why I think Loki had to come after it, because it was like WandaVision, local, mysterious, Winter Soldier, linear, broad, location-wise. Loki, we're getting them both. We've got the mystery and we've got the broad scenery of Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But like I said, I just can't wait till we start getting the movies next month too. We get to see Black Widow next month. So.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it just keeps looking better and better as it goes on,
Yeah.
And I'm going to venture out to the theater to see it.
I am too.
I just don't want to pay $30 to Disney to watch it on TV.
I know. I think we've had this conversation before, Richard. For gentlemen like us, it doesn't make any sense. But you got to keep in mind, too, this is Disney. A large portion of their demographic are going to be families. Yeah,
family of 3 or 4. Yeah, it'd be better to pay $30 to stay at home or order a pizza or warm up a pizza and watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I'm in the same boat with you, Richard. I will definitely be going to the theater to see that one.
Yeah, because I'm going to start off in a couple weeks with the new Fast and Furious.
Oh my God!
I know. I'm a junkie of those. I can't help it.
Oh my God! There was some other big movie. Ghostbusters Day was a couple of days ago. We're seeing a lot more coming out of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I still can't find the Twinkies. I'm looking for you.
They're done. Nope. They're not It was officially announced they are not going to make the Twinkies.
Oh, they're not going to do it? Okay.
I follow quite a few different Ghostbuster websites. The Twinkies got canceled.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to make
They brought out some kind of summertime lemonade Twinkie.
Yeah. But we didn't get the Twinkies. We got the cereal.
Right.
Love the box. Because I shared on my Facebook page, I think it's going to be a Walmart exclusive, but we are going to get Stay Puft marshmallows.
Oh, okay, cool.
We are going to get Stay Puft marshmallows. And actually, I was going to bring it out, Richard. I was afraid about you. Give me 1 second, Richard. Speaking of Ghostbusters, I just picked up something today.
Okay.
So talk amongst yourself. I'm going to run really quick.
Well, I'll
Play the
bring up
music.
today's the anniversary of Indiana Jones or Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, it's been 40 years since the original Raiders Lost Ark, which is, you know, from that time period of '82, which was one of the greatest years of movie history. So then we moved into '84 where we got the Ghostbusters. So it's all good. Hopefully Mike will find what he's looking for. Yep. Oh, and Paramount Plus. We was talking about a bunch of other stuff. Paramount Plus has dropped the price on entry level. Did you hear about that, Mike? You can get
the
Paramount
price?
Plus for $4.99.
Really?
Yeah, and they just added like 1,000 some movies to it because it's got a bunch of the 40th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark. They got Raiders of the Lost Ark. And they got all 4 of the Indiana Jones on there. So you can watch all 4 of them to celebrate today of the anniversary, you know. And then Paramount Plus also had a brand new movie with Mark Wahlberg. It's called Infinity. It dropped it dropped the other day. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot better than I thought. And like I said, for $5, you know, that's like a hamburger, you know, just skip a meal and get that for a month, you know.
Oh God, Rick, I'm really glad I that one missed by me, man. Richard,
it changed last week. You don't have to pay that $10 or whatever. It's only $4.99. I mean, you get commercials, but you and me grew up with commercials, so we don't care about commercials.
Dude, CW. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm fine with commercials. Well, even a couple of the others. Yeah.
Well, I watched Mission Impossible on there, and I didn't have commercials. But I only signed up for the $4.99. So, you know, I'm kind of weirded if it is or isn't because I'm doing I'm bringing back our Flashback Fridays. I was going to talk to you about, and I'm really not ready yet, but I wanted to do a review of Mission Impossible. I don't have on VHS. I was going to bring it out. And
oh my God.
Clips, you know, but that's 25 years just last week or 2 weeks ago or whenever that was, you know, so. It's that summertime when we get all the anniversaries.
I know. And it's Raiders of the Lost Ark's 40th anniversary. They also did release that they will be releasing the I think it's the 4, although it includes the one that we do not speak of, the last one.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they are releasing the Indiana Jones movies on 4K.
Yeah, I saw that.
Remastered. Yeah. And here's what I wanted to show you, Richard.
Okay.
I wasn't sure how to, but I went to the mall today, and I went into the one record store with the initials, and because I'd seen this, Richard, on one of the Ghostbusters websites. The Ghostbusters Ecto Thirst Quench. And Richard, I'm going to do it.
Oh.
This is my first time. The Ghostbusters Ecto. Hey, that's not bad.
Better than High C?
Ooh, crossing the line there, man.
Okay.
No, but it's up there, man.
Is it?
I got to do the wine thing. I should have let it breathe a little bit. God damn, that's not bad. Actually, you know me, Richard. I collect everything. I actually bought 2 of these so that way I could drink one and keep the juice. God, I'm not going to kid you, Richard. This is not bad. Oh, there's even a little.
Oh, wow. They were slimed.
Richard, we do not endorse and we are not endorsed by any of these products. This is just me. Dude, I'm telling you, this is actually really.
But if you want to endorse us, send us a couple cases each and we'll be happy.
Ecto Thirst Quench. We talk too much endorse here. The preferred drink of the podcasters everywhere. I'm not shitting you, dude. This is actually really goddamn good. Oh man, I'm not surprised though. I don't know. You know, the record store I'm talking about. I say record store, Richard. Jesus Christ. For those of you watching and or listening, music used to come on these circular discs called records.
No, they all listen to records now. What are you
Oh,
talking
that's right. They're back.
about?
So I was at the media store in the mall today, and I'm not surprised, Richard, because well, I think I told you about them. That was the same store that had the exclusive for the Avatar: The Last Airbender candy bars,
Yeah.
which I bought just because I took them out and I put the wrappers up. They were actually really goddamn good. So actually, I'm really
Yeah.
not surprised that it's actually damn that's good. Mm, yeah, but no, it was Ghostbusters Day the other day. It was its anniversary.
Yeah.
We saw some video with Ivan Reitman and Bill Murray, which was just hilarious. Like Bill Murray was just like it had to have its own day. It's like every day is a good day for ghost busting, you know. It's like Bill Murray just being Bill Murray, but I don't know if I still don't think we got a date yet. Still summer, but we got to see some new stills from the movie. We got to see a few more of the younger kids' characters, a few more shots of the beat up Ectomobile. Um, just merch coming out left and right, man. You know me, I'm all about,
They're still saying
tasty. But no, between we had the Ghostbusters anniversary,
they're saying
Indiana
they're
Jones,
saying November the 11th. Now.
November 11th. Yep,
Yep.
definitely gonna, man. And I got my Ghostbuster suit. I am willing to pimp myself to any local theater that would like to have me come and watch the movie for free. I will stand outside that door and take pictures all day long. But yeah, it's just the announcement of Ghostbusters, the anniversary, Indiana Jones.
Did you see the set photos with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
So what's he going to be doing? Taking on commies, or this will be taking place what, 1970 something?
It's gonna. I don't know.
I just hope what's his name's not in it.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math, Richard, of who would have been, is it going to be Indiana Jones and the Red Scare, or
I don't know. I was just thinking, he's working for the FBI now or something,
Yeah. He starts the X-Files. That's gonna be the big announcement, is that with all the paranormal and religious artifact stuff that Harrison Ford's done over the years, he's the one that starts the X-Files. That's where the X actually came from, is because X marks the spot.
Flying off in the refrigerator.
Yeah. That's about it for me, Rich. I'm pretty much pop culture tapped out. I got my books this week. Nothing's really jumped out at me. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Rich, you?
No, I was just, it's getting to be that summertime. Hopefully we get to back to the theater,
Yeah, I know that I think it was Richard. I read it like a week ago that was it the big theaters, AMC and Regal, announced that they were going to be reopening, like fully reopening.
Yep.
Sans the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything's starting to settle down, so hopefully, I don't know. Entertainment will be back to similar to what it was,
Yeah. Oh, real quick, small little thing, great and disappointing at the same time but Netflix and Witcher released the first teaser trailer for Witcher Season 2 just a few days ago. Small teaser. It showed mostly a lot of Ciri, like running through the woods and everything. No release date yet, but filming has finished. They're in post-production. I think that's about done. It should be dropping very soon. But yeah, they released the first trailer, the first teaser, and we got to see some location shots. We got to see Surrey, and so I'm excited for that.
Oh, cool. And Jim and Dan announced that they're having their comic and toy show June the 27th. So they're coming back at the Wright State University Student Union. So
right on.
So that sounds good. I mean, it's a good sign. We got I know Jesse's been having the more stuff about Gem City. They started announcing the guests and stuff, so that's pretty cool. We get to see the guests there, and Cincinnati Comic Con started announcing their guest list too. So,
did you see the one of the first ones that they announced was pretty big, man? Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, one day only.
Man,
So, I mean, it sounds good. I hope we're heading in the right direction. So,
yeah. So, Rich, if you don't have anything else, would you mind telling everybody who's watching and or listening where they can find all the rest of our stuff at?
Yeah, just go to undergroundvideonetwork.com, and there you will be able to find UVN Plus. We call that the video archive, where you can see 800 and with this episode, once I get there, 37. And I've now broken them down into UVN Behind the Counter, UVN We Talk Too Much, which is this podcast / video content. And then you can see like Geek Street, our spotlight episodes, and our panel room. So if you've been on anything for the last 18 years, every single production we've done for the last 18 years is in this archive now. So take a chance, look at it, just go to undergroundvideonetwork.com and click on UVN Plus, the video archive. So, and I've been sharing a lot of them on our Facebook page lately too. So if you like what we're doing there and you want to see something we've done in the past, this is the easiest and best way to do it. And our new content we're doing right now is the We Talk Too Much. That is all archived there too. All 101 episodes is archived there as audio. And you can also listen to them on wherever podcasts are available.
So on behalf of my good friend Richard Catterjohn and myself, Michael Boroff, we hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And we really hope to be seeing you guys at a con / comic book store / toy store / drive-in, anywhere. We just want to see people.
Hey, drive-in. Drive-ins are big again. Did you see down in Columbus that the Western Center teamed up with the drive-in down there and they showed E.T. the other day?
Yep. And they're showing them on weekends too, like where I could actually go see one. So on behalf of both of us, we really hope we get to see any and all of you here really soon. We hope everybody's staying safe. So Richard, if you would please kindly press the button.